Hello everyone. So today I will be reviewing the HBB Arcadia. So just for starters, I did not get sent this set. I bought it with my own money back last year and I've used it up until basically now. Now, just for a heads up, this set is technically sort of broken because well, one of the sides has either a broken DD, crossover, or it's just got really bad channel imbalance. But I've tried to push up the channel imbalance and it didn't change anything, so I'm pretty sure the crossover's dead. So yeah, I've never really had an issue with the Ziigaat IEM like that before this, so just keep that in mind. I think this is just like a me thing, I don't know, but I didn't do anything to it. So, for starters, I'm going to go over accessories. Now, I don't actually have... I actually do have the box. Here it is. The box is beautiful. I fucking love the box. The box is really nice. So, yeah. Actually, just to clip things. This actually was sent out to me, but not to me. I got this I bought this off Wi-Fi, who is IEM reviewer and keyboard reviewer, like proper reviewer. He basically sold this to me at a discounted price, so that might be why it's kind of faulty. It is technically a review unit, but to my knowledge, I don't think it's one of those review units where it's just like, oh, here's a pre-production prototype. I think this is just actually a sales unit just sent out to him, so just throwing that out there. Okay, so in terms of accessories, it's sort of just like meh, because when it comes to Ziigaat, also I did rate this high back then because I didn't have much experience with IEMs back then, so I just naturally rate this high. But now that I've tested more stuff and I've tried more stuff, the accessories on this isn't as crazy to me. The case it comes with is actually quite nice. I don't know some people hate Ziigaat cases so much. I think they're actually quite good. If I get out right now, find it. Okay, so I can't find it, but yeah, I can't find it. So you know that. But yeah, it's just like a normal hard shell, nothing crazy about it. Yeah, Ziigaat cables are bad. There's a reason I've gone through like 2 cables on this thing. The Ziigaat cable is just mid. There's no going about it. It's actually currently on this this Tin Hi-Fi is it C3 Mark II, something like that. It's actually not bad, but for like the price, it's a bit too thin and it gets tangled a bit too easily. Like, it feels good. Like, this is a nice feeling cable because it's got that like glossy finish. But yeah, it's just not up to par with like the rest of the cables from other brands, in my opinion. So yeah, bit mid. Also, the ear tips on this, I don't like them. I've put them on the Tin Hi-Fi C0 Elf just because I think that it actually suits this IEM better because it goes for a deeper fit. So this is weird. This is a really weird ear tip. So in terms of bore size, it's quite large and it's got quite a deep fit, which I would honestly quite like. But the issue that comes with this, not even that comes with this, is just this really thin lip. Like this really thin outer, like this outer material. It's so thin that when you put it in your ear, it sort of like collapses on itself, which it just destroys the seal completely. So it sounds like shit. So yeah, just bad, just terrible. It's just not a good cable. No, I mean, not a good ear tip. But honestly, if you get a different pair of ear tips, the cable will be fine, the case is going to be fine, just get a different pair of ear tips and you'll be good. So, next upon the... Oh yeah, that's literally everything, there's not anything else in the package. Hey, the box is fucking awesome though, look at that box, that's tough. Next thing, we're going to be going over appearance. Now, I personally think that this set is fucking beautiful because, as you guys know, I love green. My favorite IEM is always sort of green, just coincidentally. I don't know why they always make the sets I like the most green, which is my favorite color, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, so the set comes with this really nice, like gem-like faceplate. Going from like yellow to green, I think it's really fucking cool. I'm pretty sure this is filled in resin, which is really nice. It feels much more like sturdy than just typical resin. Another thing is that the stock cable actually fits really nice with this, so yeah, just points with that. But this just fits really nice with every single green cable I have. I can put this on any green cable and it suits really well just because the shades of green go down really gradually on this set. It's just really nice. But yeah, that's it for accessories. Now, we're going to get to sound pretty quickly today. So, in terms of sound, this set is really unique. So, the set has a very unique characteristic to it where it scales really, really fucking well. Like, this is probably one of my favorite scaling sets, just because of how well it scales with the volume you crank it up to. So, we're going to be starting with the bass region. So, the bass region starts with a pretty large sub-bass increase. It's very sizable. You can really hear like that. It's a really nice, like, speedy tactility. And just like overall, the fucking just the texture of it is insane. It's really, really nice. It's not SR9 level or not like bass head level, but for what this set is sort of aiming for, which is like old hip hop and like rock and metal, new metal, it's so good. It's so good for that. Now for mid bass, the mid bass is actually really good for that as well because it's really, really punchy and really, really nice mid bass, but when it comes to that mid bass, it's really fast. So it's fast because there's not much mid bass, there's not much lower mids bleed within the upper bass. So what that causes is, even though this is a very warm set, like it's very, very warm, it doesn't actually mess up with the you know, the speed and the decay of the mid bass. It's quite quick, which is really good for rock and really good for metal because you sort of want the kick drums to just go and come really quickly. So that's great. Lower mid-range is really nice. So it's not really, there's nothing really bleeding into it for it to be warm. The mid-range is just sort of pushed up, which sort of causes a warmer mid-range just by that. So I would say this set definitely does cater towards male vocals. There is like some stuff in the treble that does sort of help female vocals, but this just seems more like a male vocals like scaling set. Doesn't mean you can't use female vocals, but they just will sound a bit less textured, a bit less airy, a bit less sweet, a bit less wispy, just a little worse, you know. They just won't sound as good. So yeah, the lower mids really, really just warm. They've got a lot of heft to them. You can hear a lot of texture in the vocals. It's really nice. In terms of upper mids, this is where it starts to get really cool. So what they've done here is similar to the Machina Audio T100B. They've lowered the upper mids really heavily, but they've started the rise really early, unlike the Machina Audio. So what that does is it essentially makes the presence region, which I'll talk about in a second, sound less harsh because it's not as emphasized because of the decay on the ear gain starts sooner. So the ear gain on this is really, really smooth. And if you push it up, it sounds really good because you can just sort of, it doesn't mess with any treble like transients. They don't get too harsh. The 8K peak doesn't go crazy because it's all not pushed up already. The ear gain doesn't, and most of all, the ear gain doesn't sound shouty, and because ear gain increases the more you push the volume, if you push it down already, it sounds good when you push it up because it's like just a normal IEM ear gain at that point. So please crank this set up. If you use this set on too low of a volume, what will end up happening is it will just sort of sound lifeless, which is similar to other sets like the Awful Performer, Awful Explorer, I mean, maybe even the K4, depending on like, if you're sort of sensitive to the air. If you're not, then you can sort of push that up a bit. But yeah, any darker, warmer leaning sets, like maybe even the Symphonia Media, you can scale them really well. But yeah, so presence region, I think it's really, really soft, which also just does also sort of hurt its performance in terms of transients decay a bit, because what you do sort of want a good transients performance and speed with rock and metal, which is why I would sort of prefer this for like slower tracks, because it does sort of have that characteristic where it's still a bit dark even when it's scaled. So yeah, even then it's still a specializer in its genres, which I'll say in a second. So, AK Peak. The AK Peak is actually quite good, especially if you scale it. So when I actually first got this set, I was EQing a lot, and I was really bad at EQ when I first got this set. So, you know, naturally I would make everything too dark. But this set, I actually, which is already dark, I actually was sort of like treble sensitive to. Now, keep that in mind, you guys won't be, because me back then is a lot less stupid as you guys now. So, or a lot more stupid than you guys now, my bad. So, yeah, just keep that in mind that when I got this, I was treble sensitive to it, but that's just because I was fucking stupid. There's no way you can be if you told anyone that you're treble sensitive to the Arcadia, they'd look at you like a weirdo, because it's a very dark set. But this AK Peak is really nice. It's got a lot of shimmer. The sort of higher, the cymbals hit really good, which does sort of save it for female vocals a bit, but just because I think that the overall treble quality is a bit pushed back, and that the presence region is a bit too soft, it isn't really that good for it. Also, the AK Peak isn't anything crazy, it's just good, it just does its job, it's just there. So yeah, the sort of standouts for this set are the bass and mid-range, so yeah. Air region, the air is actually quite well extended. It's not as extended as like the KE4, the Symphonia Meteor, or like other sets like it, but it's more extended than the Explorer. It's more extended than, let's say, the Pure. Actually, no, probably not the Pure. It's probably on par with the Pure, I'd say, from my use of the Pure. But yeah, it's really good. It's a pretty good extension. You do get a lot of micro details, but what I do sort of feel that sort of gets missed with this is sort of like vocals in the background do sort of seem to get a bit lost when you do sort of use this at like lower mid volumes. If you push it up even more, then you sort of hear those vocals still. But yeah. Oh, by the way, I forgot to talk about fit when I finished the video, so I'm going to just go for fit right now really quickly. So in terms of fit, it's pretty good, just overall good. There's nothing crazy about it. The fit's just good. It's similar to every Ziigaat IEM. If you have smaller ears, probably don't go for this though, because it is quite a large set with quite a large nozzle. But the nozzle is, I would say, it's pretty harmless to most ears. If you think you have small ears, you'll probably be fine. If you really know you have small ears, then you probably shouldn't go for this. But that's all I gotta say really about fit. It's just good. There's not many pressure points, honestly. This is quite like a good, like, well-shaped IEM, so you know you're not really gonna push it in and feel a pain anywhere. There's no driver flex, so if you push it in, you're not gonna feel like an annoying driver looking at UTR and Dolphin. But yeah, this is just a good fit overall. Nothing crazy like revolutionary. It just seals and it's just good like that, you know. Anyways. So overall, I'd say this set does lean more towards, genre-wise, it definitely leads more towards rock, metal, alt-rock, and like new metal and older hip-hop. I wouldn't recommend this for indie, because for indie, you sort of want more of a U-shape. This is not a U-shape, this is something else. It's more of an L-shape in my opinion, just because the treble is so pushed back. But yeah, this set is definitely good for those specific genres because it has that really fast mid-bass response, which is still emphasized, and the scaling is very smooth and it's very safe. Lower mids are warm, and yeah, just overall really nice set. So overall rating of this, it has changed from back then, but I will still probably rate this like an 8.8. I don't actually know what I've rated it back then. It might be an 8.8, but you know, I don't fucking know. It's just an 8.8 to me now. But yeah. Also, just because this broke, I still use this for like I basically use this like almost every day when I wasn't using my Arcadia. Not my Arcadia, my SR9. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I still remember how this sounds. I'm not a fucking idiot. I know how this sounds. It's still like my second favorite set. But yeah. So, that was the review of the HBB Arcadia. It is an 8.8 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow where we review the Tans Chimbunny as per your guys' requests. Because you guys saw 4 IEMs and you wanted me to review the one that I reviewed super early, which is, I don't know, man. You guys are weird. But yeah, see you.